the State Department, which I am very proud to say, has been led by smart, capable female diplomats for many of the past years. Condoleezza Rice, Madeleine Albright, my immediate predecessor, Hillary Clinton. Indeed, I joked that when I came into the building that part of my task was to prove that a man could still do the job. But each of those individuals are clear examples of the very powerful impact that women who are involved in civic enterprise and government can have throughout the world. And I'm proud to say my wife here, Teresa Heinz, is here, who is one of the champions of that notion and has been for a long period of time. The same is true in business. When researchers from the Harvard Business Review conducted a global study of business leadership, they found that women were rated by their peers in fully 12 of the 16 competencies that go into outstanding leadership, ahead of men. And despite this fact, pretty good ratio, 12 out of 16, despite that fact, the study also found that more than 60% of business leaders are still men. And the higher you go up the career ladder, the more men you find. In joining Equal Futures, our nations have committed to taking bold steps to close the gender gap and to sharing the progress that we make with each other so that local practices can be replicated all over the world. And we've taken a commitment to try to increase our work with private and public sector partners to remove the obstacles that make it harder for women to get an equal seat at the table. President Obama and I share powerfully, if you look at our families, we both have 2 daughters and 2 strong wives. I firmly believe, as he does, that the opportunities for women in all of our countries, as they grow, so will the possibility for prosperity, for stability, and most importantly, if you look around the world, for peace. That's exactly what this partnering here is all about. And today, I am very pleased to welcome Japan, Fumio Kishida, the Foreign Minister of Japan here. Thank you very much, Fumio. Italy, Emma Bonino, the Foreign Minister. Thank you for being here, Emma. Switzerland and Mexico. We're delighted to have everybody aboard. These are the newest nations to join this effort. And I know that each of our member countries are going to significantly benefit from your participation. I also want to welcome Phumzile Mlambo Ngcuka, who, did I get it close to correct? No. Close? All right. Ngcuka, that's how you say it, who recently became the executive director of UN Women, and Dr. Jim Kim, who is the head of the World Bank. And both organizations play really critical roles in the work of the partnership, and their insights are going to be particularly important as we chart the future for the program. We are particularly interested in examining how we can better address sexual and gender-based violence. Up to 7 of every 10 women in the world report having experienced physical or sexual assault sometime in their lives. Think about that, 7 out of 10. It's plain and simply flat unacceptable. It's an insult. And for women and girls to take advantage of new opportunities, first and foremost, they must be able to live free from the fear of violence. With that goal in mind, I'm proud to announce today, on behalf of President Obama, a new U.S. initiative called Safe from the Start. And our initial commitment of $10 million will help the ICRC, the UNHCR, and other organizations to hire staff to develop new programs to protect women and girls in the face of emergencies and implement these programs as quickly as possible. And I hope this will be one more initiative which brings us all together and that we can all cooperate on. I want to emphasize that high-level meetings like this are critical to our ability to be able to identify where and how we can generate systemic change. It helps all of us to organize and coordinate our energies to that end. And so I regret that because of the schedule, I will be leaving here to go meeting shortly with President Obama. But I ask all of you to feed in the course of this meeting so that we can have your sense of direction as to how we can best implement this and support the work of Equal Futures over the course of the next months and years. We look forward very, very much to working to develop a strategic plan for the partnership and to create working groups that break out and pull together a roadmap, if you will, for all of us to embrace and work on over the course of these days. And it goes without saying that I think all of us who have come here with this one purpose long for the day when our daughters' dreams are just as valued as our sons'.